I probably shouldn't have smoked that fucking blunt before I did this. I always do that, none of that shit. I be forgetting. All right, I'm about to go live. Just letting you know, okay? One second. Grand evening. Grand evening. This video is going to be about legal cases. I was talking to my husband today about a probation case, and the probation case stopping somebody from employment in another state, going to have a job in another state. So we had a deep conversation about this, and I wanted to talk to y'all just quickly about things you may not know. I tried to explain this to y'all in my last video. When you are, okay, let me give this example. When me and my husband was trying to fight for custody of his kids, we had reached out to a few lawyers, and one of the lawyers said that they charged $10,000 for us to file a motion for us to get custody of the kids or whatever. So he was like, damn, that seemed like a lot of money. Even this is long before we got into this understanding of the courts and shit right now. So we tried to reach out to different lawyers, and they all had that same filing that motion fee. But we had found one that trickled all the way down to $2,500 to file this motion. What they said to us was, we only filing this motion for you for this amount of money. This is not going to cover us being in court with you, and it's not going to cover us filing any more paper motions for you. So we end up doing everything ourselves. And I talked about that before, so I'm not going to get into all that now. But I said that story to point out to you that these lawyers are literally just filing motions. That's all they're doing is filing motions. I don't think you need to pay somebody $20,000 for them to type up a motion and go to the court and file it. Filing a motion is when you ask to request something from the court and you put the paperwork into the clerk's office. You make it plainer. That's the only way I know how to tell it. If you have an easier way to say it, please say it, because that's the only way I know how to say it.
I would just say, like, You, if you want to know literally what filing a motion is, it is going downtown to your courthouse of choice, going to the clerk, the window, stand in line with the window, ask them for a motion for blank.
Yeah, your motions can be for anything, whatever you need
Whatever you
done.
need done.
What you can do is you can type up. Go ahead, babe.
When you say, I would like to file a motion for, you fill in the blank, clerk is going to hand you a piece of paper. You fill that piece of paper out and give it back to the clerk. You have just filed a motion. It
Okay.
costs you whatever it costs
To file that paper.
to get to the courthouse,
Hmm.
and any associated fee that the clerk will tell you at that moment. Those fees will not be
$20,000.
$20,000.
If you just think about it as a lift, say you taking a lift and it's expensive as fuck, so your fee for the lift is gonna be $50 to the court clerk, and then $50 back, and then the fee to file a paperwork can be $10 all the way up to $400. Okay,
Still,
but that's it. That's that's it. That's all we're doing right there. And so why does that cost you $20,000? I'm trying to get y'all to understand that you're being fooled, you're being manipulated, and then when the lawyer um, defends you for whatever you're paying them for, he's really not defending you because the lawyer never tells you one time that you can pay for your crime. So that's ineffective counsel. If you have a lawyer that never tells you from the gate that you can pay the fine for the crime instead of the time, yeah, that's ineffective counsel. And you can get all of your charges reversed if you file this shit right. If your lawyer never told you once that you can request these certain things and have this stuff resolved immediately, then your lawyer is not defending you. If your lawyer is convincing you to take a plea and not telling you about this paperwork that you can file, your lawyer is not defending you. So if you want to file a motion in court for custody of your children, you just write motion for custody, literally on the top of the page. You can get any kind of template from any writing program that says, can you um, put this in a court form, in a court format. I think Word has that on there, whatever they use for the court format.
When you go to the clerk, get a motion for literally everything that exists in court. You ain't gotta make it down.
Well, what they did, what the courts do now is they give you blank motion. So when they give you the blank motion, they tell you to fill in what your motion is going to be all about.
Yeah. Now that part you do have to know what you're doing.
So you have to know. That's why I said go onto Google.
At the very least, you should know what you're doing.
Yeah, but a lot of them don't understand. I just had somebody tell me they paid $20,000 for a lawyer for a DUI, and the lawyer made them plea and sign a bill.
Something they could have done.
They could have just administered the fucking DUI. Like, it, all you have to do is take over the case, subrogate the case. That's one way you could do it. You could file an abatement, a notice of abatement. Oh, my mouth is so dry, babe. I forgot to get me some halls. A notice of abatement. Um, if you feel like the charges against you are frivolous, okay, so say you and your baby mom get into an argument. Somebody always calling the cops. You get locked up every time, but it's just a dumbass argument. It's nothing. Nobody got hurt. Y'all just loud. If it happened more than 2 times, this same type of complaint, you can file an abatement, a notice of abatement in the court because this is a nuisance. It's becoming a nuisance to you. So you need to look up what abatements are. I told y'all to look up what writs are for. So let me get back to the probation. Probation or parole. Probation or parole. If you use a writ of habeas corpus to free you because you're being held against your will without the right charges, right? Without the damn, I forgot what I'm saying. Let me just look it up. Sorry, I never like to do videos at nighttime because I'll be too damn tired to remember everything. Okay, so okay, here it is. Writ of habeas corpus. A writ of habeas corpus is a court order that requires the government to prove the validity of a person's imprisonment or custody. Okay? So, imprisonment or custody. If you have control over somebody's movement, then you have them in custody. They're in prison. So, just because you're out of the jail cell, that doesn't mean that you are free. So if you want to go into the military, but you can't because you're on probation, you can file a writ of habeas corpus to have that removed because it's, let me see, what else did I have? Hold on. Babe, I probably should have just did this in the morning and they could just come back later. I'm so tired. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to research something real quick. I'm meant to prove that there is a valid reason the defendant is in jail or is being held. A petition for a writ of habeas corpus is filed by the defendant's attorney asking the court to issue the writ, but it's not the same as an appeal. Right. A writ of habeas corpus is not an appeal. Writs are more powerful than motions and notices. I really need y'all to look up what writs are. I told you before to go to ChatGPT and say, give me a list of 30 writs used in the United States or some shit like that. And just start studying what these writs are. The most common habeas corpus examples involve violation of rights and involuntary plea. So when your lawyer is pressuring you to plead, that's involuntary. You're doing it because you're being bullied into doing it. So that gives you a claim for the writ of habeas corpus. Ineffective or inappropriate legal counsel. I just went over that with y'all. Newly discovered evidence, jury misconduct, or double jeopardy. There are multiple ways that you can use this writ. It also can be used to remove yourself from probation or parole. You have to do your research on this. And y'all have to invest in Black Law's dictionary so y'all can cross-reference these court words to see what the true meaning is. Okay, it's very important that y'all do this research for yourself. Okay, because like I said, when people are teaching you this stuff, sometimes they do forget. They miss steps. They forget stuff because they tired or they busy or they just forgot. So you want to make sure that you look up that. In general, most habeas corpus petitions include identification, the legal name and contact information of the person filing the writ, as well as the name of the court and authority holding the petitioner. Grounds. The reason for filing the writ of habeas corpus, including specific rights violation. summary of trial, an overrule of the trial or appeal to give context for the case and the reason for filing the writ. Violation of rights, a detailed outline of each alleged violation concerning the specific state or federal law that is violated. Legal bias, further discussion of the laws mentioned above, including evidence from statutes and case laws. Evidence, new evidence of the violation of rights mentioned above. Request for relief, formal request for the court to grant the writ and allow for a retrial, dismissal, or sentence reduction. And that's what you'll do with the probation and the parole is to continue your sentence. So if you put the writ in, you can request that your sentence is reduced, meaning that you no longer have to be accounted. Wait, what's the word? What I'm trying to say? Accounted for by the state. I'm trying to say that. Yeah, you will no longer be accountable to them. You'll have your freedom. Okay? You'll get it dismissed, reduced, or you'll have a retrial. And you can also ask that you be released in preparation of the retrial date and you not be held in prison. So even if you are in prison waiting for your trial and your trial is like 3 years away, you can put a writ of habeas corpus in to request that you be released until your trial date, because you are innocent until proven guilty. And remember what I told y'all, the person who tells the best story wins. Learn how to become storytellers. Learn how to become great storytellers. If you need to do a class on how to tell a story for you to represent yourself in these cases, then you need to do that. But it's just so important that you understand that you do not have to pay these lawyers all of this money for them to file a motion. You can file a motion in your case. A loved one can file a motion in your case. It doesn't matter. So if you're currently in jail, you had a shit lawyer, you can file these writs, get one of your family members or your friends to go to put your case number into the court, file the motion on your behalf, and then wait. If you already in jail, your ass is sitting anyway. So why not try freedom? I never in my life seen so many people paying to be slaves, paying to be in prison. I was watching this old head on YouTube and he called himself the fly lawyer. I like him because he fly as shit. But he was representing somebody, this one guy, and this guy was looking at 30 years in prison on a drug trafficking charge, and he was doing a video of the guy, walking out of the courtroom or whatever. And I thought, damn, I wonder how much he paid the fly lawyer for that shit. Because he just filed a motion to get that shit dismissed. Y'all really don't know how powerful these motions are and these notices. They really are. And it doesn't take them any time to do it. You just have to know which notice and which motion you want to put in. That's the hard part you won't come across. You need to find a crime that you've been charged with. And that way that'll help you to figure out what notice you want to put in. The reason why a lawyer get paid so much money is because he inundate the courts with foolish notices for bullshit after bullshit to prolong this, to charge you more per hour. If y'all not comfortable enough with leaving your lawyer behind, firing your lawyer, ask your lawyer a simple question. Are you telling me everything I need to know in order for me to have the best outcome for me and not you? Was that good? Remember, my honor is my peace. I'm keeping that shit 100. If they really are about you and your success and your winning, not their winning, just ask them if they told you everything. Is there anything that you're not telling me that will help me get out of this situation faster? If they tell you no, they do not have your best interest at heart. Now, there are a lot of these lawyers who really don't know what the fuck we talking about. But the ones that charge you all that fucking money know what the fuck I'm talking about. They laugh and they joke, oh, I need another 100 grand before I can go and get them out tomorrow. But if you can get them out tomorrow, why he been sitting so I can get this money up? Like, just think about it. So you don't have to do no work at all. You don't have to think about the case. There's nothing you have to research or investigate. You can get them out tomorrow. Why is that? Just ask the fucking question. I've been out of jail since I got in jail. Staying in jail is not an option for me. They have conditioned y'all to be comfortable with going to jail. They have conditioned y'all to be comfortable with working and paying 60, 50% of your earned income into their system. And that shit's not legal. All of these corporations saying that you owe them this and you can do this. The fact that they send your loved ones to private prisons, what the fuck do you think that means? If it's private, it's not government. It's the nigga down the street that said, I'm gonna house me some niggas, have them work for 1 penny an hour so I can get all my shit out there for no money. And I'm not providing them with tissue and food. Did y'all ever consider this is a corporation and your corporation is holding my family member, my tribe member prisoner? Your loved ones are prisoners of war when they're in those private prisons. You never ask the question, why is it a private prison? I wish one of y'all would write something in here to let me know that you even consider thinking about asking a damn question at some point. You can call a clerk, the clerk, the clerk of court, and just ask these questions. I wanted to file a notice in my husband's case. He's been in prison for 5 years, and his lawyer is not working on the case. What motion do I file to get relief, to get him out, or to get him new counsel? When I was doing one of my cases a couple of years ago, they had sent me a letter. I didn't know what the fuck they was talking about. And I called the court and I'm like, look, I got 2 hours left to file this. I don't know what they're talking about. And he said, oh, you just got to file a motion for enlargement of time. Now what the fuck? How would I know to say enlargement of time? Enlargement of time means more time for you to file your answer. See how they got to be slick and shit? So if you had filed a motion and said 4 more time, it would have been denied. But if you file a motion to say for an enlargement of time, it will get approved, guaranteed every time. So get the courts to work for you. Get them to tell you shit. The nicer you are, the more dumb you are and just vulnerable. Oh, I just don't know. I just want to do it right. Just learn how to talk to people and get the outcome that you want. I told y'all this was going to be a short video because this is really not that hard. Find what the crime is. Are you getting evicted? Are you getting locked up for domestic violence? Are you being charged for drug trafficking? Are you being charged for assault with a car. Did you hit somebody in the eye with a banana and now they charging you with assault with a deadly weapon? Whatever your fucking case is, was you walking around outside naked and then they gave you a peeping Tom charge? You can write a writ of something that say you feel like you're being persecuted because you need to be free. I'm not joking. Like there's literally fucking motions and writ for the dumbest shit on the planet. And these lawyers be following this shit. And they be working. So if you got a family member in jail, like I said, I'm not working with nobody who got no pedo charges. I'm sorry, you might be innocent, but I'm not touching that shit. I don't want to help nobody in the pedo situation. I don't want to help no rapists because I'm a victim of rape. So I'm sorry, I can't help you. Go somewhere else. But I mean, if you murder somebody, yeah, I'll help you out real quick. I do murders, breaking and entering, assault with cars. You know, you ice pick somebody up real quick. Like I'm all for helping y'all get out of those crimes because you know those ain't really crimes. So I mean, well, you know what I mean. Maybe kind of crimey. So kind of like sort of crimey. That's gonna be my Tubi movie. Kind of like sort of crimey. Yeah, like I say, I do murders, attempted murders, assault with a deadly weapon, assault charges, as long as it's not sexual assault. Yeah, I got morals and shit and standards. So y'all got some questions and y'all want a consultation, let me tell y'all exactly what you need to file for your particular case. Hit me up, groundeddolphin@gmail.com. And remember what I said, GPT. ChatGPT, give me a list of 30 writs that has been used in the American court system since the 1800s. The more specific you are, the more details they'll give you. Um, and then you can go back to chat. Oh, I haven't done this with her. I should ask her this. Oh, I should do this. I'm gonna do this when I get off the phone. Ask her, can you give me a list of 30 motions that you can file in court? And then you want to say district court or federal court or municipal court, or you want to say for your specific state, give me a list of 30 motions you can file in the state of Colorado for civil cases or for criminal cases. So just get creative. Get creative and and control your life and stay free. Don't go to jail. Jail is wrong and it's bad. And you cannot take your blankets there. So I'm definitely not for no fucking jail life.